Ashley Hollis made history when she won Big Brother Season 27, but there's another player this season who actually deserved to win the game. Big Brother 27 was a chaotic season, and for a while, it seemed like anyone could pull out the win. Although Morgan Pope seemed like the obvious winner for much of the second half of the game, anything can happen on finale night. Plus, arguably the season's best player was taken out with a game-changing twist, and the blockbuster meant competition wins were often more important than a social game. Big Brother Season 27 took Expect the Unexpected to a new level, so Ashley's victory was a fitting end to the CBS social experiment. However, Ashley played a much safer game than some of her fellow Big Brother 27 players, and that shouldn't have necessarily been rewarded. Someone else actually should have taken home the $750,000 grand prize. Ashley won Big Brother Season 27 due to having a clean social game. She only won 2 competitions, a veto when she was on the block week 1, and the final head of household, so she never had to nominate anyone or make anyone angry with her game decisions. Her lack of competitive threat allowed her to remain safe while other, larger threats were targeted. However, Vince Panaro played a much more dangerous and difficult Big Brother game and should have been rewarded for that. Vince won 4 HOHs, forcing him to nominate most of the people who initially walked into the house. Vince got a lot of blood on his hands, but that's the nature of Big Brother. Sure, Vince lied a lot to almost everyone in the house, but lying is a part of the game. As infamous Big Brother Season 7 winner Mike Boogie said, "This is the Big Brother house. You can bounce checks." Vince's ability to lie, manipulate, and pivot when he was found out landed him a spot in the final 2 chairs, and the jury should have looked past their bitterness. Some of the most iconic Big Brother players in the history of the show were known for their manipulation tactics. Dan Gielsing, Dr. Will Kirby, and Evil Dick Donato all played ruthless games and were rewarded, rather than punished, for their ability to turn the tides in their favor. In the final episode's jury roundtable, Rachel Riley told her fellow Big Brother Season 27 cast members, "We cannot say we hate Vince's game, but love Dr. Will and love Dan Gielsing." Yet, when given the opportunity, Rachel refused to cast her vote for Vince to win the game. Ashley didn't upset any of the jury members because she didn't make enough game moves to cause any evictions or get any blood on her hands. That is to say, she was a floater. Vince worked hard at every possible moment to undo the damage he caused on Big Brother, and was successful every single time. He should have been rewarded as the winner of the season. The motto of Big Brother is, "Expect the unexpected." Never have truer words been spoken about the game than in the finale of Season 27. Going into finale night, Big Brother fans were ready to celebrate Morgan Pope as the winner of Season 27. With an exceptional resume and near unbeatable competition record, it seemed inevitable the jury would hand her the $750,000. Morgan was one victory away from making history, but then history turned against her. After botching Part 3 of the final Ho competition, she handed Ashley Hollis the most crucial victory and the opportunity to evict her. And she did. Morgan finished in 3rd place, but she did earn a title. Some fans may debate it, but Morgan now earns the moniker of the best player to never win Big Brother. With 2 head of household and 5 power of veto wins, on top of controlling Vince Panaro's decisions nearly his entire game, Morgan's extraordinary game will be remembered for defeat because she just couldn't close out the game. Morgan's journey on Big Brother was like a sandwich in terms of its structure. The top and bottom parts were exceptional, but in between there was doom and gloom. She started out playing a very low-key game, blending in and not allowing herself to be seen as a threat. But as her allies soon became targets, she found herself in a difficult position. Then when she was offered a lifeline to join the Judges' Alliance, composed of Vince, Ashley, Rachel Riley, and Will Williams, it gave her a new lease on life. One that she took full advantage of. Through a solid social game and competition prowess, her gameplay was like that of very few top-tier players. Many legends without a season victory have either one or the other, a plethora of competition wins, or being beloved by everybody in the house. Let's face it, respect is hard to earn in a game of backstabbing, but Morgan's ability to play honestly as a gamer afforded her the respect of the jury. It's why they were willing to hand her the win, should she have occupied the final 2 chair next to Vince. Morgan expertly maneuvered through the game, shifting alliances when her back was against the wall, and allowing her closest allies to win when she was ineligible to. Her connections were genuine. But the masterclass of emotional manipulation, meant in the best way possible, was her stronghold over Vince. While we're not here to discuss the romantic entanglement the pair found themselves in, we're here to talk about how she controlled his every strategic move. You couldn't decipher Vince from Morgan, but Morgan's moves were not Vince's, proven when she convinced him to evict his original number one ally, Lauren Domingue. Why? Because she was a threat to her success. But once again, when the win truly counted, she couldn't close it out. This final challenge was the 9th inning of Game 7 of the World Series, and she came in as the closer who let a walk-off home run topple her exceptional season. Morgan came in as a gamer, literally. Having a background as a streamer, she was unafraid to play the necessary game. She utilized that experience to her advantage. Her strategic mind was on par with that of many male winners of the game, such as Dan Giesling and Derek Levasseur. Now, the only difference is that Morgan doesn't have a W. Instead, her name joins an elite list of legends who have yet to win the game as well. The closest one-to-one comparison of Morgan's defeat was that of Big Brother 17, when, like Morgan, Vanessa Rousseau was on par to take home the win, but after Steve Moses won the final hoe, he was willing to cut his close ally, knowing it would be the only way he could win. Way back during Season 3, the jury was not sequestered, and thus they were privy to watching all the action unfold. It prevented the season's strongest player, Danielle Reyes, from falling victim to a format that would immediately change for the following season. Perhaps one of the only players to truly rival Morgan as a non-victorious comp beast is Janelle Perzina. Playing 4 times, she never won due to a bitter jury during Season 6, and only had a decent social game the other times. Morgan's strategy is one to aspire to. It was near flawless. Her defeat is a reminder that nothing is certain in the game of Big Brother. The stress got to her, and thus her legacy ends as the best player to never win. Morgan has left the Big Brother house as one of the most fascinating players of the new era, and the poster child of expect the unexpected. Ashley Hollis came into finale night of Big Brother Season 27 confident and ready. The 25-year-old attorney from New York City had been rehearsing her jury speech for days, determined to make the most of her shot. While fellow finalist Vince Panaro spent the final stretch spiraling after his loss to her in Part 2 of the final HOH competition, Hollis stayed focused, and it paid off. After defeating Morgan Pope, the season's competition beast, in the final HOH, Ashley made the bold decision to evict her biggest competition. She chose to sit next to Vince, delivering a stellar performance in the jury Q&A that earned her a 6-1 win and the $750,000 prize. "I feel incredible," Ashley exclusively tells Men's Journal right after her big win. "I feel like this is the true underdog arc and I honestly am on cloud 9. I can't believe it. It doesn't feel real." The most emotional moment of Ashley's victory came when she had to send Morgan packing. "She was my best friend in the house, which made it hard," Hollis says. "There wasn't real hesitance. It was more about having to say the words out loud in front of her. But I knew what I had to do. I felt like I could win next to Vince, and I couldn't beat Morgan." Even Morgan respected the decision. "She's extremely caring and kind and loyal and a ride or die," Ashley tells MJ. "She was loyal to her allies until the end, and I knew cutting her was the only way to win." When it came time to face the jury, Ashley flipped the switch on her persona in the house. "I was back to attorney Ashley before the show, and I felt like I could win the game," she explains. "I wanted every single vote. I don't care if I already had some. I wanted everyone to see I deserved to win." Ashley says one of the biggest surprises of the night was getting Lauren Domingue's vote. "Lauren and Vince were extremely close the entire game, so I was shocked," she says. "And Keanu Soto's was 50-50. My whole strategy was for people to underestimate me, to think I was a little ditzy so they tell me information I could use as a weapon. It worked, but I worried I leaned too hard into the Elwoods thing." In the end, her preparation and delivery trumped anything Vince could articulate in his speech. Ashley secured 6 jury votes, with only Morgan casting her ballot for her number one ally. Now the aspiring actor is ready to celebrate, but also thinking about the future. "I definitely want to invest in property," she tells MJ. "I'll take my family on a vacation, And I want to give a chunk of money to my parents. They've been there for me my entire life. They would give anything to champion my dreams, so if I can give back just a little, I'm going to do it. And she's open to a return to the game. I would absolutely play again, Ashley says. If there's an all-star season, I'm there. I'd love to play with some of the legends and really get my feet wet from the beginning. For now, Ashley is basking in her unlikely but well-earned victory. I'm so happy. This really was the underdog story, but I knew I had to be prepared and it worked. On the live feeds, cast members like Ava Pearl often complained about how competition-focused Big Brother Season 27 was turning out. When Ashley made it to the final two, having only won 2 competitions the entire season, the jury got the opportunity to send a message. Big Brother is a social experiment and should be treated as such. Ashley's jury management was much better than runner-up Vince Panaro's, as she never won any competitions that required her to make hard or hurtful decisions. The jury's vote made a powerful statement. Just because someone is good at physical games doesn't mean they deserve to win on this specific show.